We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings, secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It is 5:53 a.m., Friday, May 20th, 2022. Just got off work. Just a heads up, you all, the trucks are getting smaller. I've been warning. Y'all know I've been warning. So, figured I'd let y'all know. I don't know. I think shortages are coming. I know they're coming because it's not even a conspiracy at this point. They're even saying it on mainstream news. So just letting y'all know what's going on our end. But pretty chill night at work. Got everything done pretty quickly. We ended up even doing totes. We did backstock the other night. So starting to slow down at work, and it's the middle of summer, which is not good. But yeah, as far as an update, that's about it. Let's get the show on the road. Now, I want to cover something that's been covered by some other conspiracy channels. The reason I want to cover this is hepatitis is coming up in children here lately, and hopefully you catch my drift. But the theory is that these children have taken something. Wink wink, nod nod, if you know what I mean. And this is from the World Health Organization too. So, multi-country acute severe hepatitis of unknown origin in children. Since the WHO disease outbreak news on acute hepatitis of unknown etiology, the United Kingdom of Britain and Northern Ireland was published on the 15th of April, 2022. There have been continuing further reports of cases of acute hepatitis of unknown origin among young children. It is not yet clear if there has been an increase in hepatitis cases or an increase in awareness of hepatitis cases that occur at the expected rate but go undetected. While adenovirus is a possible hypothesis, investigations are ongoing for the... Wow, that was my cat. What are you doing? All right, I apologize that. Outbreak Overview. As of the 21st of April, 2022, at least 169 cases of acute hepatitis of unknown origin have been reported from 11 countries in the WHO European region and one country in the WHO region of the Americas. Cases have been reported in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which we know for a fact that a lot of people in England and Ireland took something, more than over here in the United States. Let's see. Spain, Israel, the United States of America, Denmark, Ireland, the Netherlands, Italy, Norway, France, Romania, and Belgium. So I can tell you right there, Italy, France, Israel, those are big countries of people who have taken something. Wink, wink. Cases are aged 1 month to 16 years old. 17 children, approximately 10%, have required liver transplantation. At least one death has been reported. The clinical syndrome among identified cases is acute hepatitis, liver inflammation, with markedly elevated liver enzymes. Many cases reported gastrointestinal symptoms, including abdominal pain, diarrhea, and vomiting, preceding presentation with severe acute hepatitis, and increased levels of liver enzymes. Aspartate transaminase, AST for short, I'll just keep it at that. AST, ALT greater than 50 IU/Ls, whatever that means, and jaundice, which is when your skin turns yellow. Basically, you look like a Simpson. It's not too good, not too hot. Most cases did not have a fever. The common viruses that cause acute viral hepatitis, hepatitis viruses A, B, C, D, and E, have not been detected in any of these cases. International travel or links to other countries based on the currently available information have not been identified as factors. Adenovirus has been detected in at least 74 cases, and of the number of cases with information on molecular testing, 18 have been identified as F-type 41. Beer bug was identified in 20 cases of those that were tested. Furthermore, 19 were detected with a beer bug and adenovirus co-infection. The United Kingdom, oh, by the way, just for algorithms, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. The United Kingdom, where the majority of cases have been reported to date, has recently observed a significant increase in adenovirus infections in the community, particularly detected in fecal samples in children, following low levels of circulation earlier in the beer bug pandemic. The Netherlands also reported concurrent increasing community adenovirus circulation. Nevertheless, due to enhanced laboratory testing of adenovirus, this could represent the identification of an existing rare outcome occurring at levels not previously detected that is now being recognized due to increased testing. Public health response. Further investigations are ongoing in countries that have identified cases and include more detailed clinical and exposure histories, toxicology testing, and example, environmental and food toxicity testing, and additional virological, microbiological tests. Affected countries also initiated enhanced surveillance activities. WHO and ECDC are supporting countries with the ongoing investigations and collecting information from the countries reporting cases. All available information is further disseminated by countries through their hepatitis networks and clinical organizations such as the European Association for the Study of the Liver, the European Society of Clinical Microbiology and Infectious Diseases, ESCMID for short, and the European Society for Pediatric Gastroenterology, Hepatology, and Nutrition, ESPGHAN for short, ESPGHAN. For cases in Europe, joint WHO and ECDC data collection will be established using the European Surveillance System, TESI for short. Guidance derived by the United Kingdom Health Security Agency has been issued to affected countries to support thorough investigation of suspected cases. This is the WHO risk assessment. The United Kingdom first reported an unexpected significant increase in cases of severe acute hepatitis of unknown origin in young, generally previously healthy children. An unexpected increase of such cases has now been reported by several other countries, notably Ireland and the Netherlands. While adenovirus is currently one hypothesis, as the underlying cause, it does not fully explain the severity of the clinical picture. Infection with adenovirus type 41. The implicated adenovirus type has not previously been linked to such a clinical presentation. Adenoviruses are common pathogens that usually cause self-limited infections. They spread from person to person and most commonly cause respiratory illness. Sounds familiar. But depending on the type, can also cause other illnesses such as gastroenteritis, inflammation of the stomach or intestines, conjunctivitis, pink eye for short, and cystitis, bladder infection. There are more than 50 types of logically distinct adenoviruses that can cause infections in humans. Adenovirus type 41 typically presents as diarrhea, vomiting, and fever, often accompanied by respiratory symptoms, while there have been case reports of hepatitis in immune-compromised children with adenovirus infection. Adenovirus type 41 is not known to be the cause of hepatitis in otherwise healthy children. Factors such as increased susceptibility, I swear I can read, amongst young children following a lower level of circulation of adenovirus during the beer bug pandemic, the potential emergence of novel adenovirus as well as beer bug co-infection need to be further investigated. Hypotheses related to the side effects from the beer bug wizard potion are currently not supported, as the vast majority of affected children did not receive beer bug wizard potion. Vast majority, they say, did not receive, but that doesn't mean that all of them, not all of them have not received the beer bug, or the beer bug potion, I should say. Other infectious and non-infectious explanations need to be excluded to fully assess and manage the risk. With continued new notifications of recent onset cases, at least in the United Kingdom, together with more extensive case searching, it is very likely that more cases will be detected before the cause can be confirmed and more specific control and prevention measures can be implemented. WHO is closely monitoring the situation and working with the United Kingdom health authorities, other member states, and partners. WHO advice further work is required to identify additional cases, both in currently affected countries and elsewhere. The priority is to determine the cause of these cases to further refine control and prevention actions. Common prevention measures for adenovirus and other common infections involve regular hand washing and respiratory hygiene. Member states are strongly encouraged to identify, investigate, and report potential cases fitting the case definition. Epidemiological and risk factor information should be collected and submitted by member states to WHO and partner agencies through agreed reporting mechanisms. Any epidemiological links between or among the cases might provide clues for tracking the source of illness. Temporal and geographical information about the cases as well as their close contacts should be reviewed for potential risk factors. WHO recommends that testing of blood with initial anecdotal experience that the whole blood is more sensitive than serum, urine, stool, and respiratory samples, as well as liver biopsy samples, when available, should be undertaken, with further virus characterization, including sequencing. Other infectious and non-infectious disease causes need to be thoroughly investigated. WHO does not recommend any restriction on travel and or trade of the United Kingdom or any other country where cases are identified based on the currently available information. So there you have it. That's from the WHO's mouth. And I figured, let you guys know what the conspiracy community is saying and what they think the cause is the wizard potion. The WHO is saying that not all of them who are suffering have taken the wizard potion, but some of them have. So let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, so this one's a little bit less dark. This was something I was listening to a podcast. It was Whiskey, Beer, and Conspiracies. It's a newer podcast that I came across. Well, it's not a newer podcast. It's been around for a little bit, but something new that I started listening to. It's actually really good. The whole concept is a group of guys drinking whiskey, beer, and talking about conspiracies. So if you like drinking and listening to conspiracies, it's the perfect podcast for you. But they were talking about a board game called Ms. Monopoly. I'm not sure if you all heard about this, but it is insane. So, the board game that turns feminism into a joke. And this is a review of someone who actually played it, because I have not personally played it. I heard about it and thought it was the most ridiculous shit ever. I played Ms. Monopoly So That You Don't Have To by Megan Garber. First, we have to choose the pieces we'll play with. There are many options. An airplane. It's easy. How I get around the world at a moment's notice. The game's packaging explains. A barbell. Love my mornings at the gym. A journal. It's full of ideas. A wine glass. Put your energy into empowering others and your glass will always be half full. And a watch. Don't you agree it's time for some change? There's also a standard top hat, this one painted white. Mr. Monopoly isn't the only one who can rock a top hat, and the white sure makes a statement. Shrugging, I pick up the wine glass. Shrugging, Andrew picks up the hat. We set up the board. We are playing Ms. Monopoly, not so much because we thought it'd be fun. I don't think I have ever in my life had fun playing Monopoly, but because I was curious and Andrew is patient. I'd just seen the ad promoting the game that resurfaced this week after it was originally posted last fall, and that is, if you haven't seen it already, you should probably just watch it. So obviously you can't see it, but we'll play it.
I think if you look around at so many of the technologies that are available today, there's so many brilliant female minds that are behind it. A lot of times when people think about our worlds, you think that all the knowledge has already been acquired, or how can you further it? But that's when inventors come into play. They constantly push the boundaries of what we think is possible.
It's important to imagine things that don't exist yet, because you see the possibility for things to happen. You kind of let your brain be free. Who knows, maybe you can actually make it something real.
Back in the old days, women were in the kitchen, women looked pretty on the stage, but now women and girls are building things. So I thought, why not I be the change that I want to see in the world? My name's Ava, I'm 16 and I'm from Ireland. I'm working on an invention that detects the amount of harmful dyes in soft drinks and sweets.
My name is Gitanjali, I'm 13 years old, and my invention helps detect lead in drinking water.
My name is Sophia. I'm 16 years old, and I'm working on an invention to detect sinkholes before they collapse.
What's this?
Fíjate, ¿verdad?
I don't really know.
Monopoly.
Dear Ava, we believe in you and your invention. That's why you've been chosen to receive a first edition of the Miss Monopoly game.
Because you're just like the inventors inside this box, inventors who changed the way we live. We hope that you have fun playing the game and learn about the women who were once just like you.
In every Monopoly box, there's $20,580 in Monopoly money. When you're playing the game, part of the fun is wishing it was real. This time for you, it is $20,580 in real money.
What? Wait, $20,580 in real money? Use this to help bring this invention or any future invention to life.
Go, Garrett, be who you are and bring this world some change, Monopoly.
No way, Emma.
Hasbro created a game that no other game maker has ever done before. A game that features Ms. Monopoly, whose goal is to make a difference by celebrating female inventors and inspiring young entrepreneurs everywhere.
I don't really know.
All right, so there you have it, Ms. Monopoly, the trailer. And let's get back to the article. And so I asked Andrew, a man, to join me in a round of the game that is supposed to celebrate womanhood. I wanted to know how Monopoly, a game premised on the notion that the zealous accumulation of wealth is a fun way to pass the time, would treat feminism. The answer is pretty much in the way you'd expect, only somehow worse. The game, one of the many spin-offs of Monopoly that Hasbro has dreamed up in recent years, is centered on the character of Ms. Monopoly, the niece of Mr. Monopoly, the game's top-hatted, mustached avatar. The idea is that she is a Silicon Valley-style investor who is focused on the inventions of women. An explanatory note informed us, with no evident mordancy, that the niece of Mr. Monopoly himself, a character who is also known as Rich Uncle Pennybags, is a self-made investment guru. This was a hint of what was to come. The board mimics the layout of the original Monopoly. Along its perimeter, in place of the standard properties, are goods and services that were invented or partially invented by women. Windshield wipers, bulletproof vest, round-edged makeup applicators, and so on. Cards list the products on one side, fire escape, and on the other, a brief explanation. 1887, before Anna Connolly's fire escape bridge, people had to parachute or rappel from burning buildings. The goal is to buy up those products so that, ostensibly, as you learn about women's achievements, you can also profit from them. In Ms. Monopoly, it is possible to own and then charge rent on modern shapewear. At the center of it all, on the board, is Ms. Monopoly herself, clad in a blazer, heels, and skinny jeans. One of her hands is on her hip and the other clutches a portable coffee cup. It is printed with the word boss. Ms. Monopoly, turn by turn, echoes the logic of the original. Move around the board, buy properties, pay rent on the other players' properties, get money for passing go. It is all fairly familiar. Still, the most consistent emotion Andrew and I experienced while playing the game is confusion. One of Ms. Monopoly's primary gimmicks is that it is the first game where women make more money than men. Yeah, you heard correctly. So, you know how in Monopoly everyone gets an equal amount of money each time they pass go or whatever? No, it's different. The men make less. If you're a man playing the game, you make less. So automatically there's a handicap against men. Let's see. Its instructions stipulate that the lady players should start off with more money, $400 more than the guys, and also get $240 for passing go, while the men traditionally get $200. We dutifully follow the directions, roll the dice, move forward, buy, pay, repeat. Andrew lands on community chest. This is what his card says. You see the newest superhero movie with a female lead, and it's awesome. Collect $50. If you're a man, collect $100. We understand that this is a board game intended for ages 8 and up, and probably shouldn't be overthought. We get that it's probably meant to be played by women, and that there might be something quietly powerful in the way its instructions and assertions default correctively to the women's perspective. But still, we are confused. Is the idea that women start with more money, but then, over the course of the game, watch that readjustment swing back in favor of men? Is it simply that men should be rewarded extra for seeing a film that stars a woman? Why $400 for the women at the outset? Why $40 more for each rounding the board? How is Hasbro Corporation defining woman? The instructions themselves offer very few explanations, and the subsequent rounds keep reminding us that we should resist attempts to find coherence in the gamified treatment of corporate feminism. But even fun in this condensed economy is in notably short supply. A chance card informs Andrew at one point you dropped your phone in the toilet, and then announces that his punishment will be to move back 3 spaces on the board. Another shares the good news that your office replaces its glass ceiling with solar panels. A community chest card requires me to pay $25 to the bank because I buy a new pair of high heels. And ouch, they were probably designed by a man. The line between celebration and condensation, I am remembering, is a thin one. Today's Monopoly is a version of the Landlord's game created by Lizzie Magie in the early 1900s. A time when American culture was treating board games not just as tools of diversion, but also as methods of communication. Her game, Magie wrote, so it turns out Monopoly was created by a woman to begin with, so what was wrong with the original? Was intended as an argument against Gilded Age inequality, a practical demonstration of the present system of land grabbing with all its usual outcomes and consequences. Until recently, though, Monopoly's mythology insisted on a different origin story, that it had been created by a man named Charles Darrow. Darrow merely learned of the game from a friend and then sold it to Parker Brothers in the 1930s, ultimately making millions. The woman invented, the man got the credit. The woman invented, the man got the credit. So, yeah, it was created by a woman. The original game argued against inequality. The game that caught on made entertainment out of exploitation itself. So you can see Ms. Monopoly, for all its cartoonish cheeriness, as a belated act of atonement. You can see it as yet one more reminder of how commonly women's empowerment is understood to be an outgrowth of capitalism. Being just a game, Monopoly inoculates itself from the need to answer. Fun is its own reply. But circling the board, I keep thinking about how well-meaning parents might buy Ms. Monopoly for their kids. I keep thinking about Magie's insight that games are also instruction manuals. Money as an easy sport, women as an easy monolith, empowerment as an easy fix, around and around it goes. How? How much longer are we going to play? Andrew asked. Not much, I'm tired too. We put in a few more rounds, ice cream maker, hairbrush, dishwasher, before we decide to call it. He ends up with $1,655. I end up with $4,340. But in this game, there's no winning. So there you have it. There's Ms. Monopoly. I think it's fucked up. I think it's, I don't know. I mean, I believe in like old school feminism, but I don't know what this new feminism is. I mean, let me know in the comments what you think below. I think it sounds fucking shitty as hell. I just feel like feminism nowadays is not to be equal with men. It's to be like, it's inequality, really. It's to put men down. I mean, that's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I think it's ridiculous. I wouldn't play it. It sounds like garbage to me, but I don't really like original Monopoly. But when I heard about it, how each time the man makes less money, like the game is literally rigged for the man to lose, it's just like, what's the fucking point? Like, why would you even play that? I don't know. It's absurd. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I think that's it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. And y'all have a good day.
We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings. Secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.